All right, I'm gonna call this little video I'm making here today, I'm gonna call it Help, My Lawn is Dying, or something like, my lawn is dying on my clay soil. What do I do about that? I'm gonna spin this camera around to show you a couple things here. Check this out. All right, so it is June 22nd, 2023, Fort Wayne, Indiana. You may notice this has a bunch of fungus in it here, but I want you to notice the color. Let's get over here in the shade. You can see a little bit better. Can you tell how this has a white look to the top of it? I've got a lot of homeowners calling me right now saying, "Hey, Michael Bell, super green. My lawn was green a few days ago, and now it's brown. What do we do?" Now look at this stuff here that's green. Let's just go ahead and make a quick observation. It's close to the side here. Maybe a little bit of shade. Okay, probably getting some water because these bushes are getting watered, so then the lawn's getting some water. The number one observation I make on these lawns is when there's waters around, or when there's flowers around the edges, the grass is a different color. You can kind of see it. See how this is all green? Around that whole side is all green. Okay. The other observation we already made was there's a patch of fungus there. Got some fungus spots here and here. Okay. And then the other observation that we made was the top of the grass was white. So what's going on here? When somebody calls me up and says, "My lawn looks like it's really struggling," so I show up to the property, talk to them about it, and say, "When's the last time you mowed the grass?" "I just cut the grass yesterday." My question is, why? It looks like this. Why did you cut it? Well, because you've got to cut it every single week. Why? Why? Why do you have to cut it every single week? When it looks like this, there's damage. There's damage happening to the top of this plant. They say, "Well, we hire you. We hire you to put fertilizer on this lawn for us." Oh yeah, I'm gonna put a ton of fertilizer on this lawn. Trust me on that. But what doesn't this lawn have? It doesn't have water. It doesn't have water, and it's too short. Let's measure it here. Let's measure it. How tall is that lawn? I always go by the median height, so I'd say knuckle number 2. So 1 knuckle, 2 knuckles. Is that about 2 inches? All right, check this out. I want somebody to jump on Google and find out, what height are you supposed to grow Kentucky bluegrass to? Google, go. Let me know, what height are you supposed to grow Kentucky bluegrass to? 3.5 inches. Did you know that? There's a rabbit up here. Check this. He's out looking for breakfast, isn't he? He said, "I'm looking for green grass. I'm not seeing any." Yeah, no, me neither, buddy. All right, anyways. So did you Google? Did you Google what height bluegrass is supposed to be? There he goes. Yeah, 3.5 inches. So if it's 90 degrees outside and your grass is 2 inches long, and it's supposed to be 3.5 inches long, but you got it at 2 inches long, what is that going to do? That's going to dry your lawn out even faster. And since we have all this clay soil, That means if the ground is dry, it means it's going to be hard as a rock. When the ground is hard as a rock, that means it's going to really constrict the roots of the grass. Ugh. That's going to mean you're going to have a susceptible host. So that way when you do have fungus that gets blown in from the neighborhood with all the humidity at nighttime, you're going to have even more exposure to fungus. So a lot of people think that if they have clay soil, that they're automatically going to have ugly grass or an ugly lawn. But you know, I see an awful lot of areas of improvement on this particular lawn, and I'm seeing a lot of lawns just like this one. And my solution is, if it looks like this, stop cutting it. I told a guy a couple days ago, he said, well, is there anything I can do to make my lawn look better? And I said, yes. The first thing that comes to mind is, I think you should sell your lawnmower. And he said, sell my lawnmower? Why would I do that? I said, well, because that lawnmower is taking your grass way too low. His lawn was like 1 inch, maybe. And he couldn't understand why it was green the day before, because he had a bunch of rain and I just fertilized. He couldn't understand why. And then the following day after he cut it, it was brown. Brown as a board. You know, guys and gals, hold on, let me talk to you here. Guys and gals, not mowing your lawn when it's really stressed out like this is going to help it live a much longer, healthier life. Some of my customers think that maybe I'm picking on them or being mean or whatnot by telling them, hey, stop cutting it. Stop cutting it. Lawns need three things to be really dark green. And this is in perfect growing conditions. They need to be the right height. They need to have food, and they need to have water. This lawn's too short. This lawn doesn't have water. So it's only got one of the three key ingredients to be nice and healthy and green. Add into the equation, we've got this rock hard clay. You know, I tell you this stuff, you guys, because I want you to be really happy with your lawn. And just because the next door neighbors zoomed their grass all the way down to the bottom doesn't mean they know what they're doing. Right? Have you ever seen your neighbor do something and you said, and you just scratch your head like, why? Why are they doing that? It doesn't make any sense. Have you seen anybody at Walmart before and you thought, how did you get this far in life? Have you ever been in the passenger seat with a new teenage driver and you thought, good night, what was I thinking going for this ride? Now, hold on, comparing vehicles, right? How many of you go on vacation or have been on an airplane ride and you see a brand new pilot, young guy, super friendly, and you think, oh boy. But then how many of you see the same guy who's really old? He's got really, really amazing white, silvery hair. He's got the big pilot's mustache, you know, and he says, welcome aboard, you know. Makes you feel so comfortable. Just like, you know, if you meet the really old doctor and he's really seasoned, he knows what he's doing. With age comes wisdom, should come with wisdom. And this is why you should listen to Lawn Care Tips from Michael Bell, Super Green, is because I can't tell you how many thousands and thousands and thousands of lawns I've been on. And I see the same mistakes happen every single year. You know, I've been working for these people here for at least 5, 6, 7 years now. And every single year I tell them the same thing. The same thing. It's a broken record. You can't have 2-inch tall grass that'll survive without water in this heat on this soil. It won't be beautiful. And this lawn gets fungus every single year. This lawn gets a lot of thatch because a lot of their bluegrass dies every single year. We have to put new grass seed on this lawn every single year. We got to aerate and overseed and put down lime on this lawn every single year. And I've got to over-fertilize and over-fertilize and over-fertilize just to try to bring it back and put down fungicide just to get rid of the fungus every single year. I'm not frustrated, but I think that this could be a good learning opportunity for somebody today who, you know, maybe you walk out to your front lawn this morning, or you walk out to your back lawn this morning, and you think to yourself, hey, my lawn's brown, and I wish it was green and not brown. What can I do to it? And my advice for you this morning is don't do anything to it. Don't look at it. Don't touch it. Don't cut it. Don't look at it. Don't touch it. Don't cut it. And if you do anything at all, water it. Water it. And how long would I keep up that regimen? Until it's so green, you've never seen it that green in your entire life. After you mow, it'll be that color green if you put some fertilizer on it. So I would say, in 2 weeks, is it the greenest lawn you've ever seen? Nope. Then don't cut it yet. 3 weeks, is it the greenest lawn you've ever seen? Nope. Then don't cut it yet. In 4 weeks, is it the greenest lawn you've ever seen? Nope. Then don't cut it yet. In 5, you see where I'm going with this? 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks. And then if you let it go long enough, you'll get a beautiful weed violation sign on your lawn. Yes, that means you're doing something right. They can't stick that flag in your lawn until it reaches at least 9 inches in length. But you can prevent that from happening because you can weed trim your edges. Just edge it, weed trim around your mailbox, weed trim around your trees, weed trim along your curbs. Just don't cut it. Just don't cut it. Because you need it to recover. Tall grass has tall roots, and tall roots hold a lot of water. And a lot of water at your root zone means a lot of green, luscious, tender, supple, vibrant, healthy grass. If you look at the cell structure of a grass plant, think of it as like square Legos. When they're hot and dehydrated, they're flat. They're weak, they're falling down, the plant is limp. But when they have a lot of water and they're hydrated and they've got enough oxygen and they've got enough nutrients, the plant will stand up straight. And so, if your lawn looks like this, put your lawn mower away. And it doesn't cost you a dime. You don't have to pay your lawn mowing man. You don't have to pay your fertilizer man. You don't got to pay your son. You don't got to pay your neighborhood kid. You don't have to do it. Take a vacation. Take a good long vacation. Hopefully when you get back, you got one of those beautiful weed violation signs in your lawn. You can edge it up, take the tops off, make it look a little bit better. Then they can't say anything because then it'll be below 8 inches. Take it back down to 7 inches. All right, anyways, I gotta go. But I thought this might be some valuable content to somebody today who's got really brown grass and they don't know what to do. The best advice you could ever have on planet Earth is nothing. Let that grass recover. Let it get some height. Maybe put some water on it. Unless you have clay, then you want to be really careful with your water and only water in the super early mornings. Be careful with your fertilizer. You don't want to burn it. Fertilizer is also very acidic. It's got a lot of salt in it. Do nothing. That's the best thing you can do. Do not touch it with your lawnmower, and don't walk on it either if you have clay, because that'll add to the compaction issues. All right. This is your friend Michael Bell, Super Green Lawn Care, Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm here to help you guys. So if this video helped you, give me a thumbs up. All right, we'll see you. Have a good day.